I remember reading, and one of the things that struck me when I was reading about revivals and renewals was that the people who opposed it the most were the church people and people who were very educated and the theologians, and they came against it and they missed it. So I remember at that time I said, Lord, I don't want to be that. If you are going to show up in revival, I want to be one who's on the ground before you. I don't want to be the one who's judging it and arguing against it. So when we heard this was happening, we thought, well, we better go up and check it out, see what's happening. And we went up there, and it was very unusual things were happening. There was a lot of laughter. People, I thought, how disrespectful. Pastor John is speaking, and they're all just laughing. There's people shouting with this loud voice, just like a shofar. And later we find out that's exactly what they were doing. Anyways, it was a normal church Sunday morning service. And some people, when we were sitting in front of me, had some kind of like tics. You know, their body would be jerking around kind of funny. I thought, well, you know, the church is for hurting, emotionally disturbed people. And so this is not a bad thing, you know. This is a good thing. This is, you know, I'm going in there, you know, like, oh, keep me safe, Lord, from any demons that might come, you know, when I first came in. And I have to say, no, they're preaching the gospel, they're theologically correct, they're worshiping you, and I sense your presence, Lord. So I said, I'm okay with this. So anyways, after the service, most people had left, and we went up to one of the people who were obviously leading, and we said, can you just explain what's happening? Why are people jerking? Why are their bodies moving in weird ways? And he kind of just gave a brief explanation that when the power of God comes upon you, some people's bodies react in different ways. It's the power of God coming upon you. And he said, would you like me to pray for you? I said, oh, sure. You know, I'll take prayer anytime. And then someone came and stood behind me, and I kind of went, oh, they're trying to influence me. They want me to fall. I am not going to fall. They can think all they want. I'll let you pray for me. Anyway, so this guy started praying for me, and it was like the sword of the Spirit went right to my heart. This person who did not know me was praying words and things that only God could know, that went deep into my heart. And it was like I was just knocked right over. I couldn't even help it. Even though I didn't, I said, I'm not going to fall, I'm not going to fall. I was knocked out on the ground, and I was there for probably about 2 hours. And it was as if heavens was opened a little bit. And I was overwhelmed with the holiness of God. It was almost like he just opened the door just a smidge, so I could see a little bit of his holiness. It was the most awesome experience. I had like electricity moving from the top of my body down to my feet continuously. And our children were with us, and Whitney, who was probably about 6 at the time, said, Dad, what's happening to Mommy? And Daddy just said, God's tickling her. And so we called it the Tickle Church.
You didn't know that, but in our family, that was the name of the church. That's why I couldn't think of the name, because we always called it the Tickle Church. So thank you, sweetheart. That's great. So after this, now, Pastor Stacy said this word soaking. How many of you are familiar with the word soaking? Just raise your hand. Okay, that's what I thought. Not enough. Pastor John, could you tell us about, where did you get this word, what is this word soaking? What's that all about?
Well, okay, soaking is a more modern word to baptism. Baptism is the Greek. That was from baptizo. Everybody know what that means? It means to be immersed, to get immersed in water. But even more so, John the Baptist pointed out that Jesus is the one who baptizes in the Holy Spirit. And we learned that when you get baptized in the Holy Spirit, you don't want it just a quick in and out. I went in and out. What you want to do is you want to get in and stay. That is to soak.
I'm really
So
not trying to
you
think
can
of
And so when you get that understanding, it's like, wait a minute, this is a very good thing to get into the presence of the Holy Spirit, don't you think? And we just discovered that a lot of good stuff would happen to people if we